I'd like to call upon Oliver's son to come forward for a few words about Marie and whatever the Spirit leads you.
Well, we begin by just thanking you, Father Trudeau, for your ministry to our family today, and thank you to Our Lady of Good Counsel Catholic Church and to the ministers you have with you. It's been an honor to be in your house today. And my name's Paul, and I'm a son of Clay and Marie Pettefer. I think I know almost everybody in the room today. And I don't need to tell you stories about my mom, and you know some of them. What would be fun is when we tell each other and you remind each other of things that are true and that are part of our heritage as a family. And I have a word that just describes Clay and Marie's life that has been kind of dwelling on my heart these past 3 days. And the word just is adventure. You know, Mom and Dad started their lives as a couple with Clay coming over to Marie's family, right? She's the baby girl. You know, and he pulls up in a motorcycle and takes her on a boat ride. And I think that was a fitting mark for the beginning of their lives. That was just marked by adventure. And they had raised boats, and so they had an adventure traveling, going to places. And Mom was always a willing participant in the adventure. Sometimes she initiated it, and sometimes she made it a lot more fun as she went. So, I think last night you mentioned we could ride to Orange and go to Jack Tar. That was an adventure, taking a whole stream of boats with all you crazy people driving. You know who you are. Over there. And she made the adventure homey and fun. And sometimes she initiated her own adventure. She started the Christmas tree business, and she did a lot of other things. And I love how her heart was with it in the adventure. Some of them were real painful, right? When your business fails and all the stress and all the trouble that comes with that, and family difficulties because everybody's under pressure. And there's some adventure in that. Because what makes a movie telling and gripping that carries us along is that we really don't know how it's going to end. You know, if it's a good movie maker, they bring you to a good place at the end. But once in a while, April knows the movies I'm thinking of, some of them end just really terribly. And so we don't know how the adventure ends. So on Mom and Dad lived at home until 3 years ago, and were healthy and cared for themselves. They needed some help, you know. A lot of the family tended. There's a picture of a duo going by the house and getting groceries regular, and Jerry taking care of Mom and Dad's boats, and Donald doing all kinds of errands, and Cheryl as the backup person, you know, getting cars for him, and Frank roofing the house with Bill, and Bill and Dad, probably more for them. So there was adventures that included all of us. And so then later she got sick, and she was in decline in the last few years. And so none of us are really surprised by this day. But her last adventure, you know, was this past Wednesday. She's sick, she's declining, and so I'm standing there. And we didn't really know. I mean, she's been in the hospital several times. You don't know which one is going to be. This is the time, the last time I need to be with her. But sure enough, Wednesday, I was standing there with her, and she was ending this adventure, this chapter. You see her chest rise and fall. Her chest rise and fall. And the physicians had told me that, you know, now's the time, so I didn't really have a lot of notice. I texted my loved ones and said, hey, you're nearby, now's the time. So Mama's chest rises and falls, and now it's her last breath. It tells us in the Bible that Adam was dust of the earth, and God did his thing, and he breathed life right into Adam. So the first inhale is from God. So whenever our earthly bodies, this body has its last exhale, that's sent back to God when he breathed into Adam. Adam God had passed on to us. And when we breathe our last body life ends. And tell you the truth, I don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know. That's the part that makes it dangerous. If we knew, it would be like watching a football game where the score runs up to 90-0. I mean, it's fun for the first few minutes, but then it's just boring. We don't know. But I have evidence. Father Trudier, the church is a testimony and evidence that we trust that something happens on the other side of body adventure. And soul life can happen if God breathes breath into that soul. And so I think the last thing that Mom wants to teach us today is to consider eternity. When she breathed out her last breath, and I got to be the privileged breath of our family to be there at that moment, that eternity began. And yeah, we don't know, but I have faith, because I have a reasonable faith. The church shares a reasonable faith that Jesus Christ came out of the ground alive. He says, I'll breathe soul life into you. And so maybe the mundane of life is just hectic and work and trouble and car wrecks and disputes and family and drama and work and tiredness. And it just grinds us down, and we just can just barely keep track of today, much less scroll through eternity. But let Mama's last thing that she teaches us is to think about eternity. And maybe you haven't thought about eternity a whole lot lately. Just with the busyness of even putting on a funeral. Maybe this was a funeral I didn't have to run. I had still work to put it on. Hey, something happens on the other side of your last breath. Don't let this day go past without considering the adventure of eternity and taking a step to where your life, I'm not kidding, you, my brother, my friends here, your life matches up with what this eternity is. Don't be passive about it. No one is happy at looking back at passivity, especially in light of eternity. We love you, Mom, and we'll see the rest of this adventure with you. Right on.